Good morning, everyone. My name is Thelma Scott, and I am the founder and host of Embracing Diversity Show. All right. It's a beautiful day outside, you guys. It's a beautiful day. You know why? Because I woke up and saw the beautiful sunshine. But we have to remember, tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So I'm just so blessed to be here today. And we have some beautiful host here today. We have a very special guest. But I'm going to let each one of my hosts, they're going to introduce themselves. And then at the end, we're going to introduce our guests. But before we do that, Chris, Sunshine
Rodriguez.
Okay, but listen. It's a day, it's going to be two special things today is because guess what? Guess what, Chris?
I don't know.
We're excited to hear.
Excited to hear. What is it? Do we have a new co-host today?
I don't know. Do we? There's
my
a
God.
stranger among us.
That's a stranger among us. Oh, Sunshine. Who is that? Do y'all know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Another beautiful woman, though.
Another beautiful woman here coming with some good stuff. Well, you know what? Who is that lady sitting inside you? Miss Chris? Get over here. Chris, say something. Who is this lady sitting inside of you? Come on.
Well, we see each other all the time, and I call her Darling, and Sunshine, and Sandra Scott, and all those other things. Because I'm going, okay, what is this poor woman's name? I'm just going to murder her name on.
Let's give her a hand.
But I call.
All right.
When I was dating my late husband, he would always call me Darling. And I said, why are you calling me Darling? He said, I don't want to call you the wrong woman's name. You got that.
You guys, I'm so honored today to have our new environmental and climate justice host. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself.
Go, girl.
All right. Dr. Scott, take it away.
Hello, everyone. Actually, my government name, or the name that I go by, is Sandra Harper Scott. But I am so happy and elated to be here today as a host. Or co-host, that is. I've been here a couple of times before, but this is my first time as a co-host. So I'm just looking forward to this new journey as being a co-host. And I am here, as Thelma said, for environmental reasons. I am an advocate. I am an activist. I am someone that is deeply involved in environmental justice, or as Ms. Scott would say, environmental injustice. So I will be here each month just bringing you some information and some tidbits on the environment, which affects actually all of us. So I'm excited to be here today.
All righty. Thank you so much. Welcome. All right, Miss Chris, you can tell them a little bit about you. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Chris Noble with The Rose.
All right.
This happens
I love
to be
The Rose.
my,
I love The Rose.
I know.
Yes.
It happens to be my beginning of my 12th year at The Rose.
Let's give her a hand.
Who knew my retirement gig could turn into so much fun, being on a radio show and meeting all of you great folks.
Yes.
So I'll give you some more about Black History Month related to breast cancer a little later, or you want me to do it now?
No, let's let Ms.
Okay,
Sunshine do her thing, okay?
Go for it.
Sunshine Rodriguez, owner and CEO of Sunshine Personnel Solutions, and it is an honor and pleasure of being a part of this. Safe Diversity Communities has helped many, many people, and I'm always looking forward to connecting with y'all.
Okay. Put the mic over there, and Miss Sandra going to tell us a little bit about our special guest over here. All right.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Scott Harper.
Thank you. Today, we have a very special guest on today in the person of Mr. Rodney Brown with Earthworks. He is a Texas Gulf Coast campaigner, and he'll elaborate a little bit on actually what that entails. But before we do that, we want to make note that this is Black History Month, as
yes, it is.
Chris has already said earlier, but we want to present Mr. Brown with the Black History Climate Hero.
Whoa.
And it says congratulations.
Come over here and get a picture with us. Come over here.
Yes.
Congratulations.
It says thank you for the work you do in the community and throughout the Gulf Coast, and your advocacy work for environmental and climate injustice. Congratulations once again on being Safe Diversity Black History Hero of the Month, dated February 19th, 2024, and of course signed by Thelma Scott.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
And we have one
more.
more thing.
One more thing.
We're-
So get out the
we're bearing
bag. Come on.
gifts. And
Come
let
stand
me
over here. Chris, y'all
get
come
this
stand
out.
behind us when we get the picture.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
know.
A certificate and a trophy.
All right. Look at him. Let me hold this for you.
Thank you.
So you must be special.
I feel very special now.
Oh, no, you feel.
Absolutely.
Put that right there for everybody can see it. Let me put it over here, but
Thank
she can
you.
get
This
it.
is
I'm
an
gonna hold it
honor.
up. Okay.
Yes.
This is an incredible honor.
Okay.
A surprise.
Yes.
Thank you.
Got it. All right. When we finish, we'll get you one by yourself.
Thank you.
By yourself
I
out there.
appreciate this so much.
All right. So I just want to say that Mr. Rodney Brown said this is his first radio show.
Yeah,
Let's give him a
first radio
hand.
show.
So we made history with you today. And guess what? You are, this is something new we started with since Sandra is our environmental and climate justice co-host. We're going to be doing this every month. We're going to honor someone and let them know how important environmental justice is. So every month, Sandra will bring in y'all a guest, all right?
This is
All right.
incredible.
So now you made history. Did you know that today?
No,
You
hey.
didn't know.
One of the inaugural
Let's give him another
hosts.
hand. He is our first Black History Climate Hero. How do you feel? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Okay, a little bit more, okay?
One, thank you. Everybody in this room. It's a
Right.
pleasure and an honor to not only receive this award, but just like be amongst so many people who have laid the groundwork for a climate justice movement
Right.
in Houston and the Gulf and beyond. So thank you so much.
You are so welcome. You're so welcome. We're proud to have you today.
Yes.
You made our day. But before we get going, because we have a lot to talk about, Sandra has a lot to talk about, Sunshine has a lot to talk about, Chris has a lot to talk about. I don't have anything to talk about, but my wonderful students, right, that I'm so proud of. But before we go, I'd like to bring my DJ. He's the best in the world. He takes his time. Whatever time we change, he always working in for us. So I have to let him say something. Thank you so much, okay?
Of course. Thank you so much.
Put him on the spot. Go ahead.
She always does, yeah. But I like that. But thank you so much for having me always. I love what you said. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out, but tomorrow's not guaranteed. So let's make the most of it every day. And congratulations to you and welcome
Thank
to
you
the
so
show,
much.
man.
Thank you so much,
Welcome to the
DJ.
radio.
All right. Thank you so much. At this time, I would turn it back over to Dr. Noble and let her tell you a little bit about breast cancer and what she got in store for today. She always has something good. Go ahead.
Well, let's talk about breast cancer
Right.
for Black women since it's Black History Month.
All right.
And the history isn't good, guys.
All right.
But I will have good news in the
Okay,
end.
all right.
It's the good news, bad news. I'm starting with that. Historically, African American women across the country die 40% more than any other group.
Right.
40% more.
That's a lot.
Not because they're Black, but because they're getting diagnosed late because they don't go for annual screenings
Right.
as much as other groups.
Right.
Many grew up in households where you went to the doctor when you were sick. And with breast cancer, you don't know you have it until you know you have it.
Right.
And so I just encourage all the women that are hearing my voice to make sure that you take care of those things. I used to be able to say 40 years old and up. Unfortunately, at the Rose, we're diagnosing women in their 20s and their 30s at an alarming rate. And many of those women are diagnosed late because they're not even on the radar to get a mammogram every year. The other statistic I want to share with you is in Houston, Texas, every other woman that dies of breast cancer is Black. So that's 50% in Houston.
In Houston.
In Houston. And I've done my very best to get
Right.
in front of as many of them as I could.
Right.
And and I talk about what early screening does because it's really not your grandmother's breast cancer anymore.
Right.
We can diagnose you with new technology. You can be diagnosed at stage 0 and stage 1.
Right.
No chemo, no radiation, a very minor blip in your life and rock on.
Right.
But a lot of women don't know that. They just think about grandma or
Right.
their mom who was really, really sick.
Really,
One other thing I want to let folks know is just because you don't have breast cancer in your family isn't a pass. 85% of those who are diagnosed with breast cancer don't have it in their family.
Right.
Don't have it in their family. Now, the good news, and I always want to end on the good news, is Houston has the rose. Actually, Houston and 65 other counties have the rose.
Right.
We have been around almost 40 years.
Right.
We've taken care of almost, real close to 1 million women.
That's
Every year,
amazing.
I know, amazing,
That's
isn't it?
amazing.
Every year we do about 40,000 mammograms,
Right.
and about 10,000 of them are to uninsured women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's those insured women who come to us that make it possible for us to give those uninsured women a mammogram.
Right.
And if that uninsured woman, is diagnosed with breast cancer, we get her treatment. So you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be worried. Come to the Rose. A lot of women who don't have health insurance don't go to their doctor
Right.
on an annual basis. We even have someone there who can help you with that. We're trying to remove as many barriers as we possibly can so that uninsured women can get treatment. We also have a fleet of 5 mobile units, so that is really cool. For those of you that are my vintage and may have possibly had breast cancer early in your life, I need to tell you that you still need those mammograms because you can still get breast cancer. Hopefully, if it comes back, it's it's diagnosed early because you've been having those annual screenings,
Right.
and it's 0 and 1. So just because you're a little older doesn't mean that you can stop that. And the other thing is, if you're insured, come to the Rose because you're helping an uninsured woman.
Right.
The Rose is a breast cancer center, breast center of excellence. There are 12 in Houston.
Right.
One is MD Anderson.
Okay.
One is Methodist.
All right.
One is the Rose. So you're
Okay.
not getting any inferior
Right.
treatment or diagnosis or anything like that. So come to the Rose. I am C. Noble at therose.org. You can always reach out to me. If you're afraid to go, I'll be your big sister. Don't put it off. We all need you here.
Right. Can you
We
give them
all
a number
need you
to
here.
call, please?
Yeah, I don't know the Rose's number, so they just need the main number. I prefer that they call me so I can get them,
Right,
or
right.
they email me so that I can get to them and get them in the right place.
Okay.
So it's C. Noble, Noble, at therose.org, and we'll get it taken care of for you.
Well, Chris, let me ask you a question. I know y'all do so many million women's. How can this question be asked? How can we get one of our students to do the research? Because y'all do like almost 1 million women's. Can we find out where areas the women live in, right? And what their surroundings are? Can we do that? Can I have a student do a research on that? Right?
Yes.
Yes, because we need to know. We need to know where they live. Because I know some of the women that you guys help don't have any breast cancer in their family. So we like to know what's their demographics. Is that the way we can find some of that?
I don't know.
Check on that, right?
I don't know, and the Rose may or may not be the right place to gather all of that information.
Right.
But that's certainly a great ask, and
Yes.
I will see, and I'm involved in. The one that might be really good is TSU. TSU has a whole breast cancer screening and initiative, and I serve on that advisory board, and that might be a place.
Right.
MD Anderson has one as well, looking into the disparities of Black women.
Right,
So
right.
that, and then the Women's Chamber also has
Right.
that sort of thing. So they may have more information and more women
Right.
than, like, say, the Rose did. But that's an excellent
That's
suggestion.
an excellent suggestion
It is.
because 40% of Black women have breast cancer. So we need to know where they live. We need to know
And
the
50
demographics, right? And that'll be a great
that would be kind of
research
interesting.
that we need
yes,
to do.
that
Interesting.
would be telling, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
I'm not
right.
sure it would be a good story that it
We're gonna have
told,
someone
but
to
it would be
research
telling.
and then they can get that information to our environmental host over here, our co-host. Right?
That's an excellent idea, and
That would be some
I think
research.
that would be some research. I think I was telling you this when we were beforehand, that I did a little research into Hispanic women and
Yes,
breast
yes.
cancer, and this one just boggles my mind.
Right.
Hispanic Latino women living in the United States have a 20% greater chance of getting breast cancer than their counterparts back home.
Isn't that
Why
something?
is that? Food, environment. Just
Right.
think of Guatemala.
Right.
There's no fast food restaurant on every corner.
Right.
Not everybody has a car.
They
Few
walk.
people have a car.
They walk.
They ride their bike. And then there's no Texas City or
Right.
no concrete batching company
Right.
right next to where they live. Because there's not a need for all that concrete.
Right.
You know?
That's
so
right.
so why is it 20%? It's food
It's
and
amazing.
environment. It's very simple to see the difference in those two countries, our country and that country,
Right.
or Nicaragua or Venezuela, any of those countries.
Right.
So
20% is a lot.
it's a lot, and we need to do better because we're losing not just our women, but we're losing the glue to families,
Right.
which means we're losing glue to neighborhoods,
Right.
cities,
Right.
et cetera, and we can't do very well without the glue to hold us together.
Right.
So, anything else you want to know from me, Miss Scott?
Okay. I know you're going to come up with something else. You got to talk about the age in a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
will.
we're going
I
to
will
turn
do.
it over here right now to Sunshine. She's going to tell us a little bit about what she do and how they can find a job. Because I know so many people out there today need a job. So we have to get ready for
Yes,
that. Right.
yes.
Need a job and the women groups she have and the networking groups she has. Y'all think I'm busy, but I can't be as busy as Sunshine. Okay. Take it away, Sunshine. She got it.
Like I stated earlier, it is an honor to be a part of this, to be able to help the community in different ways. I am blessed to be able to bless people with employment opportunities through Sunshine Personnel Solutions. It's an amazing staffing agency that we do have. I have an amazing team. And we also cater to employers looking for great candidates, top-notch candidates. We're open to clean backgrounds, misdemeanors, and felons. We staff from office professionals, general to skilled. Our top industry is oil and gas. We staff a lot of inspectors, machine operators, general laborers, skilled, as well as construction, industrial, manufacturing, in the medical as well, back office, front office support. And if you're looking to change your career, reach out to us. We have a website. We have our corporate office is on 45 in Parker. If you have a misdemeanor, if you just came out of prison, we do work with felons. I believe in second chances. And I believe in helping those who want to be helped. We're not the type of a staffing agency that chases people to give you a job. We let people do their part. Show up, fill out your application. We have an amazing recruiter team that does conduct interviews. And we place people accordingly based on your need, based on your experience, and based on our clients' needs, and to meet their expectations. So we have, jobs all over Houston, as well as the surroundings of Houston, outside of the city and state. How can we continue doing this? By partnering up with amazing employers. We are very visible, which we have built that credibility. We have done amazing by staffing many people out there to different employers, different job sites, Houston, the surroundings. But how do we continue doing this? By making sure that we partner with the right companies in need of employees, and also bless people with employment opportunities. A lot of people say, hey, there's no work. There's absolutely a lot of job opportunities.
Right.
You don't have to have a degree. We're open to some, if you are a dropout, if you are, transitioning from, trying to change your career, if you just came out of prison, if you're just looking for a job, come visit us at Sunshine Personnel Solutions. Whether it's our website, we also have an online application. And we do post just about every day, 7 days a week on social media, on all the social media platforms. I mean, there's opportunity here.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your women group and your networking groups.
So I'm a huge fan of networking, collaboration over competitions, many opportunities as well for entrepreneurs, business owners, whether you're a female or a male. For the women, we have a women's group, Sunshine's Women's Gathering. We do post on social media when we do get together, as well as it's on our.
Is that every
Sunshine's
every
weekly
Wednesday,
newsletter.
every third Wednesday, second? When is that?
Oh, it's once a month.
Once a month.
That we do have a breakfast, Sunshine's Champions Networking Breakfast, as well as once a month we get together with.
When is that? The second?
That's
what?
now it's on Thursdays. So
Oh, it's on Thursdays
yes,
now?
we had our breakfast people attendees that did voted.
Okay.
And so it is this Thursday, the 22nd, at
Okay.
Spanish Flowers from 9 a.m. to 11.
Can
And
you
it
give
is-
us the address on that?
Absolutely. It's Spanish Flowers on Main. It's on Main. It's on our Sunshine's weekly chronicles
Okay.
business newsletter, and it's great information. But we also have the coffee networking, and we at times we do have workshops for business people as well as people that are looking for employment opportunities. How to create a resume, how to build your resume, how, for business owners, how to create your capability statement. You know. Networking, social media platforms. So we have different workshops, and this is to help all of us together. We're supposed to help each other
Right.
and to build our network. And if you're looking for a job, connect with us. If you're looking to step with your next level in business, to grow your network, definitely come to one of our events.
All right. Well, thank you.
My pleasure.
Sunshine.
So,
Go ahead.
Sunshine's Cocktails and Conversations. I partner up with BNI and
Okay.
also Dylan, which is a financial advisor. So we're doing those on Thursday at Kirby Ice House. Look out on
Right.
our social media. But
Sounds
thank
like
you.
a wonderful event.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
I get invited to brunch?
Absolutely. Brunch,
Yes.
breakfast, or coffee.
Yes, well, I was going for the cocktails.
Yeah.
We have mimosas in the morning. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Sign us
we got
all
to,
up.
We got to invite some of our networking people over there. All right. At this time, we're gonna turn it back over to our new co-host, Miss Sandra. Well, Dr. Sandra Scott, and she's gonna take it from there. She has a lot she need to go over. Her and Rodney, they gonna kind of fill us in with some things. Okay.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Thank you so much.
Kind of pull the mic
Ms.
down. So you can
Scott.
get to,
Okay,
get
thank
down
you
to-
so much.
Right.
First of all, before I move along, I would be remiss if I didn't say that Black history is American history.
Yes.
Right.
Black history is world history.
Yes.
And although we are celebrating the month of February, which this year, wow, one extra day.
Yes.
But it's 365, and in
Yes.
this case, 366.
Oh,
so I
right.
encourage
Yes.
everyone,
Not
just people of color, but everyone to find out some histories that probably is not being studied in the annals of education, halls of education. But please do so. So
Let me ask you,
that's
what you do with
that.
the banner? I need to go get the banner. Where is it?
Okay. Also, what I also wanted to say is that because this is Black History Month, another organization that is strongly involved in the environmental movement has deemed this week as Black Climate Week. And it's recognized during Black History Month because it honors innovative climate solutions and environmental justice work that Black folk have been leading for years, while simultaneously calling in philanthropy and the media to do a better job at investigating the communities most impacted by the climate crisis and centering Black voices from the bottom up and top down. Now, historically, and this has been proven and it is documented, our Black and brown communities are more adversely affected by environmental injustice. So we want to make sure that we will stay abreast in the coming months
Right.
about the environmental and what's being done on the forefront of environmental justice, because what I will say
Right.
is that we all breathe air,
Yes.
we all drink water,
Yes.
and we all have something to do with our environment.
Right.
Just like Chris mentioned earlier, the
Right.
20% of American women, Hispanic women, have more instances of breast cancer, and it has to do with our environment. So one thing about it, if it's affecting one group of people. It's going to affect everyone. So just because you're not living in those communities specifically, it does not mean that the environment is not being affected in which you live. So today, once again, our guest, Mr. Rodney Brown, who's with Earthworks and is a Texas Gulf Coast campaigner, is here today. And Mr. Brown, what I would like for you to do is to elaborate a little bit more on the work that you are doing through Earthworks and in the communities and what we can do.
Let's get a picture right quick. Can we get a picture?
Yes, okay, we're going to stop, and then the next voice that you will hear will be that of Mr. Rodney Brown.
There you go, Rodney
I
Brown.
want to wish everyone out there happy Black History Month and also happy Black History Climate Week. All right? Right? Let me stand up a little bit. You got it? Can you get it? Let me hold this down.
Oh, and my paper and all of that.
It's okay. She can.
You got it?
She had lifted up.
She can.
Okay, you got it.
She can do her
I'm
thing.
so short. Okay, you got it?
1, 2, and 3.
All right.
Dee, can you come get in one of the pictures, please?
And I have to say, he's looking very GQ today. I
I
like
love the jacket. I love the
Alright.
jacket. Yeah, I
I know
love the
it. I
jacket.
know it.
He's got it happening.
2 and 3.
Cute.
1 more. 1, 2, and 3. There you go.
All right.
I just want to say that our board member, Sunshine, we want to thank you. Now let's give her a hand because she pays a photographer to come every month to take our pictures. Let's give her a hand. Thank you so much.
Thank
Got some good board
Thank you.
members. Thank you so much. And before we do all that, I want to say to everybody, we would just like to thank Mr. Maude Khan, the owner of the station,
Yes,
and
yes.
his son, Mr. Tariq Khan, because they
Yes.
set this up every month for us, and
Thank
he's the one
you.
that pays for this show, and he's one of our board members. So wherever you are, Mr. Maude Khan, we love you and thank you so much.
so much.
All righty.
Thank you.
Next voice you will hear is going to be Mr. Robert Rock.
Okay. good.
All right,
Brown.
take it away.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, my name is Rodney Brown. I am Earthworks Texas Gulf Coast campaigner, and part of my role is to help affiliates in our network build their campaigns. And so whether that's helping them create a narrative, build a narrative around their campaign. Currently, the campaign that Earthworks is fighting against is the current LNG pause. And so for those of you who don't know, Biden just called for a pause on the approval of new LNG permits. And LNG is liquid natural gas.
Okay.
And so there are currently dozens of LNG projects in the pipelines already. And those current projects are harming our communities. And so when I heard those numbers about like breast cancers, especially like with younger women, like it was staggering. The first thing that I thought was, yeah, like where do they live? Where are they located? Are these women who are in neighborhoods that are close to refineries? Are these women who are, just like really close to these industrial sites? And so the work that I do helps to educate community members about climate justice. And so there are so many different acronyms. There are so many organizations who are currently involved in the fight. How do we demystify this process for our community members so that they can engage with it in a substantial way? And so it's like, as much as I can speak about the injustices of the oil and gas industry, it's not my story. And so it's my job to empower those people who are impacted by it, to speak out, to build power, to be able to understand who's the person in power to make these decisions, who can not only stop the permits for LNG, but who is the person thinking of solutions of after LNG and moving past the dependence on oil and gas. So yeah.
Well, you know,
That's amazing. Go
Mr.
ahead,
Brown,
Sandra.
you mentioned two words that sort of stuck out to me, which is education and empowerment. Can you sort of pull that out a little bit. What does that mean to the average person that say, hey, I just found out what LNG is today, and why should I be interested in, and why should I get involved or even get my community involved? So at this, I guess, for lack of a better term, at the simplest stage, what can John Q. Public do?
And so it's understanding like where you are in the system. A lot of people feel powerless. I want people to understand that you aren't powerless, you aren't alone. And a lot of that is actually like a trick of the state or people in power to make you feel like, hey, I'm alone. This issue is only happening to me. And so, yeah, it's my role to connect people to their community. And so understanding more about LNG or climate justice is actually a person learning more about themselves. How did this neighborhood become to be? One of our partners in Brazoria County, Better Brazoria, I recently learned that Brazoria County used to be a plantation. And so understanding Texas's history with oil and gas as well as slave labor, I learned that, well, just like what we see as like opposition to oil and gas, it's nothing new. It's not a leftist or progressive talking point. In 1899, one of the first regulatory steps was taken to end fracking, because back then, like, people knew that, like, hey, when you dig into the ground to search for oil, it's poisoning our water supply. It's shifting the foundation of like our environment. It's causing earthquakes. And so, yeah, understanding that, like, from 1870 to 1890, Texas had an extremely difficult time after the emancipation of black people and the end of the use of free labor to create a substantial, viable economic solution. And so they turned to oil and gas. And as we know, like, oil and gas became an exploitive industry as well. Not only has it led to it's like health ramifications for community members, but it's also led to things like land forfeiture through eminent domain, because they say that, hey, like, this refinery or this pipeline is serving a public good, when we know that displacing people is not in the interest of the public, creating pipelines that leak not only into water supplies, but poisoning our air that everybody breathes. And as you guys hit on earlier, when we have these methane leaks, when we have these oil leaks and gas leaks, the oil plume or like the gas plume isn't saying like, oh, this is a white community, let me stop here, or oh, this is a Latin community, let me stop here. Like, it affects and it impacts all of us. And so, yeah, like, part of that education is rooting people like in that story, that it didn't just like happen out of nowhere.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a term or vernacular that's used a lot, but I think it's well worth noting here, and that is knowledge is power. And I know recently, a few weeks back, we attended a conference, the Texas Gulf Coast Permian Basin Coalition, where a lot of organizations and the demographic was across the board. It just was not black and brown communities. But I was happy to see our Native Americans and indigenous communities, because not only do they want to protect their community, but the land is sacred to them. And so harming the land, it has an impact on their cultural history as well. So one of the terms, new terms that was introduced, was called false solutions. Can you elaborate just a little bit on that? What false solutions are? Because we get a lot of sound bites on the news and say, well, this industry is doing this industry is doing that. But a lot of times those solutions, and I'll let you elaborate, may not be the solutions that's going to have the greater impact on the environment. Can you elaborate a little bit on false solutions?
Yes. False solutions are remedies that corporations like oil and gas put forth to shift the blame off of them. And so when we think of things like, has anybody heard of the phrase carbon footprint?
Yes.
Yes.
Guess who funded that? Oil and gas.
Carbon
To
footprint, yes.
put the blame on individuals to say, like, hey, if you stop driving your car, if you
Right.
stop using plastics, if
Right.
you start using paper straws, like that's how we're gonna save the planet.
Right.
Not like divesting from oil and gas or the dependency on exports.
Right.
Also,
That's
like
it.
we've learned that like the whole reduce, reuse, recycling, like that is a false solution. Only about 5% of the waste that recycles actually
Right.
goes into like getting reused and recycled. And so, yeah, there's an investment in solutions that don't necessarily help us to achieve this idea of climate justice. Even the idea of carbon and methane capture. And so we started, or oil and gas companies started to receive funding to capture the carbon that was releasing into the air.
Right.
And through like that carbon capture, it has allowed for just like the accumulation of methane gases to be released. And what we've learned is that methane is actually 80 times more harmful for our air than carbon.
Yes,
and
it
so
is.
again, carbon capture, a false solution. What we need to do is create solutions that we know have a long-term and positive impact on our environment, and that is divesting from a dependency on oil and gas and eliminating any future LNG project.
Right. So there are a lot of viable solutions that we as a community can do, but also as corporations can do. And one of my other terms is just follow the money. So, and I know a lot of our listeners are saying, wow, they've thrown out a lot of terminologies and things
Right.
that just a little bit above my knowledge base, or but one of the things that Safe Diversity is going to be doing, because environmental equity is a part of our programming for this coming year and in the next few months, and you'll find out about it on Facebook, and just keep it, and on this program, is we're going to have some community forums and some events where we're going to ask the general public to come out, because this is actually a grassroots movement. We cannot depend on Austin or Washington, D.C.
Right.
to protect us and our next generations or our communities. We have to be a viable part of the solution and let them know that there is some accountability. So we're excited that Safe Diversity has sort of picked up the baton in
Right.
this area as well. So we'll be having you to come out, of course, and some folks from
Right.
your organization, as well as other folks in the next month coming on this program to talk about it, because it's not anything that's going away, and
No.
we want to
No way
make sure
soon.
that everyone is aware of what's going on. And my other favorite term is we the people. If we
Yes.
the people do not do
love it.
anything about we the people,
Right.
exactly. So we're going to work together to make this place a better place, for not just for our living
Right.
in these times, but for generations to come. We have stewardship over this planet.
Yes.
And we need to be better stewards
Yeah.
of our environment
Yes.
and our city.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to correct myself really quick.
Sure.
I mentioned methane capture, but it's actually flaring. So there's carbon capture and then flaring. And flaring
okay.
is the other false solution, where you see like those big old flames being burned.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't see the flames, and like it's just invisible gases entering
Right.
the atmosphere.
They do that a lot in my area.
Yeah. And so a lot of that, those are false
Yeah.
solutions.
That's it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. False
I
solution.
just wanted to correct myself.
Well,
That's
thank
all.
you very much, Rodney.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We're so happy to have you, and we look forward to talking with you and continuing this together. I'm not going to say the struggle. I'm going to say the movement.
We're centering our joy.
Yes.
We're centering our joy in this fight.
One thing I just, Rodney, can you give people like a way to contact you?
Yeah.
Because I already know I need you to come speak to my breakfast club. I already know you need to come. I don't know when
Thank
that's going to happen, but there are other people listening out there, and
We have to
and
get it out.
yes,
Education.
have to get it out. So that I'm this gentleman is extremely well read and spoken. He will
Well-rounded.
do you
Right.
proud if you invite him out there. And he won't embarrass you. Trust me.
I might. I don't know.
No, he won't. No, and he just showed us all his character by correcting himself.
I love it.
Not very many people do that.
Right. I
Tell
love
your
it.
mama I said she did a good job.
I will. I will. So thank you so much. Just like for this time and space again. A way, if anybody wants to connect with me, I will give out my email address as well. And so that's rbrown@earthworks with an S action.org. Again, that's rbrown@earthworksaction.org.
All right.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions from our co-hosts?
Do we have any more questions? Sunshine, you have some
For
questions?
Rodney? Yes.
Do you want to invite him to network with you?
I'll come to the voter brunch. Yeah.
We have to get the word out.
Yeah.
Say less, no questions asked, but yes, you're welcome. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of people that would love to connect with you, as well as you would love to connect with them.
Wonderful.
Definitely. Something that I love about just like the events that I'm hearing. It's similar to some of the community events I created back home. And so I work with a group called Action St. Louis, and we would host monthly voter brunches. And basically, again, similar format where we would invite community members, because I believe in food and fellowship, like you feed people.
They'll come. Feed them and they will come.
Yeah, and bottomless mimosas.
Yes,
And so, and so,
Cocktails in the evening.
definitely. It's an opportunity to invite community members as well as decision makers into the same space to talk about these issues.
Right.
And what we know, especially during an election season, is that most of the time community members, they don't get in those same rooms with our elected officials unless they're paying $200, $500 a
Right.
plate
Exactly.
for a fundraiser.
And that's unfair.
And so it's imperative to put our community members in spaces where they feel empowered to challenge power.
And
Because
comfortable.
yes,
Exactly.
a lot of people in our community may feel powerless. Putting them in those spaces where they can ask those direct questions to say, are you supporting LNG? Why are you supporting LNG? Do you understand how oil and gas takes away tax incentives from our
Right.
communities and
Right.
the impact that has on us?
Speak truth to power.
Speak truth to power.
Yes.
And it's an opportunity for those elected officials to see that, hey, it's not just the crazy leftist protesters who are just saying this.
Right.
These are people who can seat you or unseat you. And
Exactly.
so listen to the will of the people.
Hold them accountable.
Yes,
They're
yes.
public
Yes,
servants.
Yes, yes. Sunshine has created a space for accountability.
Right.
And so I love that.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about next Saturday. Next Saturday is our community outreach service event, 12th Street in the Heights. We'll be meeting
Love
our
Park.
students, Love Park, the Love Park. We'll be meeting there with our students and our families, and also the kids will be presenting their checks for the essays. And kids have congratulations to all of. We had 10 students on this month that won their cash gift for their essays, and one of the students will be reading the essays. The top winner in the environment and justice essay, she'll be reading the essays. So. We're looking for all of you kids out there. Congratulations to you all. I know you.
Congratulations.
I know Lakeitha and Chanel send it to you. It's on Facebook. It's on all the social media. So everybody, you know the winners are. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on next Saturday. Also, Chris is going to talk about just a little bit about. We're going to be doing a project that we're going to be. Doing a mirror, and we're going to be delivering it to a special people, and she's going to talk about that mirror that we're going to be working on. Okay, take it away.
I actually
Dr.
know
Noble.
about that.
Yes.
I actually have been working on that.
All right.
Yes, we are going to, Safe Diversity is going to develop a mural.
Right.
And this mural is going to go to the Barrier-Free Living Association. I don't think
Community.
it's community. Barrier-Free Living
yes.
Community.
For people with disabilities.
People with
Yes.
disabilities.
Let's
They
give
have
a hand, you guys. So what?
They have 3 umbrella organizations: the Houston
Yes.
Center for Independent Living,
Yes.
Brazoria County Center for Independent Living,
Right.
and Fort Bend County for Independent Living.
Yes.
And our plan is, I serve on that board, and our plan is to take that mural
Right.
to other places and show other folks. So it will definitely be at the 3 offices.
Right.
But there are events that the Coalition for Barrier-Free Living go to that they will take this too. So it's going to spread word across, at least across Houston. I don't know if we're going to take it anywhere else, but certainly across Houston and Fort Bend and Brazoria.
Yes.
But I think that'll be when I presented, she said, "Could it be something portable?" I said, "Yes.
Yes, gonna
we
be
can
portable.
make it something portable,
Right.
and that you can take to other places, and when they do trade shows and that sort of thing." So I'm really excited about how we're going to do this and who the artists are going to be, and we will have artists with disabilities
Yes.
helping us.
Yes.
And we'll be helping. We'll also have champions that are
Right.
champion the cause of people with disabilities or unique abilities. I always like the unique abilities.
That is our
The-
word.
yeah,
Remember, you guys.
yeah,
that
unique
word, unique
ability.
abilities.
Yes, you
I
do
got
have-
nominated for a Champion of Change Award by President Obama. I didn't get the award, but I got nominated, and I went to Washington, and I had a wonderful time because they liked my slang that I did. I started first one started with unique abilities.
Unique abilities.
'Cause my
yes.
kids have unique
yes,
abilities.
and they do have. So I'm really
unique
looking forward to
abilities.
how cool this
Yes.
new one is going to be, and art is my other life, so
Right.
I get to do this in my other life. Thank you.
She's
thank you,
a
thank
great
you.
artist, you guys.
She's just.
Give her a hand. Oh,
Thank you.
And tell them a little bit about the meal that we did last year, and we donated to Turner Phyllis's
Yes.
office. Leona
What
Phyllis.
we did last year is that the kids did, I think they were 8 by 10 pictures. They were abstract pictures, and then they put positive affirmations on them, and we grouped them and put them together so they're in three kind of like a collage, and it's all across her wall, and and then one of them shows all the children that had helped me with that project. But it was really, really cool because we pieced it together like a patchwork quilt, and
Right.
and we kind of figured it out that day how we wanted it to be on the wall. So it's
In
very
action.
cool. Yeah.
We did it live.
Yeah,
We put it on the
well,
wall.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
live, put it
I
on
mean,
the
there
wall.
was no, put that one over there. No, that one needs. Yeah.
So
So it was very cool. It was like
lot
a
of fun.
patchwork.
It was a lot of fun.
And we may
It
do
was a lot of fun.
we may do something similar to that, except it's only going to be on one canvas, but it may have different, more like a patchwork, because there's a lot of things to say, and we may want to have that said in various
Okay.
ways.
All right.
But I thank you for always keeping art in my life.
Yes.
But
We
on-
love you, Chris. Thank you so much
on
for always
another-
volunteering it. Okay.
Yes. On another note, the membership for Save Diversities, it's $10 a month to support our students, to continue to be able to bless students with scholarships.
Wonderful, yes.
So, yes.
Thank you so much, because my board members is on it. Because listen here, I hadn't even said anything about it. But anyway, you can always go on the website, and our website is www.safediverse.org. And also go on the website. Remember, save the date. July 27, 2024, from 11 to 2:30. We'll be passing out checks, but we're going to have a lot of stuff going on. We're going to be doing environment and justice. We're going to invite all of our sponsors. We're going to invite our supporters, parents, everybody come out. But guess what? We're trying to get 500 people to come out. So come out, go on our website, and save the date. Radio Dabang, okay, 99.5 will be there to DJ. Am I right, to DJ?
Yes.
All right.
And
And
Nice.
if you're looking to get your exhibitor booth, it's only 150 and spaces are limited. So get your exhibitor booth and come support. Also,
Give them your information so that I can call you for the booth. Tell them.
for the booth. My phone number is 832-863-1090, and it's on our newsletter as well. And once again, $10 a month to be able to sponsor a scholarship. On another note, we want to send a shout out to Noble, one of our top sponsors.
Yes,
Very
yes.
supportive. We will soon have them here live. And so thank you, Noble, Eric Delgado, and as well as Keith and Renee.
All right. Yes, thank
Thank
them. They're great. They sponsor 2 scholarships every year. So let's give them a hand.
Oh,
He's gonna,
I'm sorry.
he's gonna come on a show sometime. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, since we were talking about the event in July, I was able to go and look at the facility
All right,
on
yeah, I took over.
last week. Miss Scott took me over, and when I tell you, it is a beautiful facility.
Yes.
So everyone that can come out, our sponsors, and if you want to have a vendor booth,
Right.
you will be awed and amazed, and we're just looking for a wonderful time. So we look to see you
It's
there.
just like a hidden place, isn't it?
It's a hidden gem.
And it's 10 minutes from my office. And listen, and I pass it every day, and I didn't know that my sister-in-law, Zenova Gastaway from Kansas City, my nephews, they came all the way from Kansas City to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary to a facility 10 minutes from my office, and I didn't even know where it was. And my nephews, Byron Brenner, kept saying, well, ain't them? It's got the same zip code. It's got 772. I said, boss, ain't no place over here nowhere I know to get hold on 500 people. Right. It's right behind
That's how
this
the
wall.
pipeline sneaking into the communities.
That's
Exactly.
And I pass it every day. I pass it every day. I go to work. I pass a place that I didn't even know was there, but it's a beautiful place. You guys can't wait to see it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. You got to come and see it. All righty? Okay, you guys, this is our show, but I just want to say that we love you guys. We're praying for you. And I just want to say, tell somebody that you love them and smile. Because guess what, you guys? Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. Now, I want to say that. Let my co-host, but I don't want to say anything before we close out. Same place, same time, next month. All right? We hope it's the same time. You guys just bear with us. Bear with us that we have to change our time. Bear with us because we have to change our time. But anyway, the show will go on. We may have to change our time. But anyway, the show must go on. Okay? Anybody else need to say anything?
So
All right.
thank you. Thank you all for having me.
Well, we thank you
for a
for
wonderful show.
thank you for being here, and we love you guys. And just want to say again, thank you to Mr. Mike Kahn. He's awesome.
Thank
A
you.
wonderful board member. Always keep it going.
Yes.
'Cause we gets out into the community and international on because of him. We love you wherever you are. Take care.
And thank you, and let's continue stay connected and grow Save Diversity communities so we can be able to help others as well as La Rose.
Right. Because remember, our program is from kindergarten to college. We want these kids to stay in college. As long as they're in
Absolutely.
college, they'll get a check if they follow the criteria, right? Miss Sandra, do you want to say something about your college kids? 'Cause I'm not the director. I'm not the coordinator, okay?
Well, we're just glad that we've been able to expand not just our high school, but now we have our preschoolers, and not up to college. We have to say through college, because we keep up with our college students and support them, and they get a chance to participate in our essays and all of that, because we know, especially those of us that have put kids through college, we know that college it's not a privilege, but it's a big expense. I mean, I
Right.
say not a privilege. Don't expect that that's what you get. You know, because it becomes even costlier. So every little thing that we can do through Safe Diversity to help our students and encourage them to keep on and keep up with their education, because they're going to be our leaders
Right.
of not just tomorrow, but today as well.
Right.
And we're going to look forward to passing the baton over to them. And also with our little kids, we're growing them up.
Yes, we are.
To be leaders. So they're learning a lot of things that a lot of scholarship programs do not offer. They're learning how to write essays. They're learning to be community servants.
Right.
They're learning to do those things that's going to help them be good citizens throughout their life. So we're just excited about that.
All righty. Okay, you guys, that's in our show again. Want to thank Mr. Deep, our DJ. Thank you so much for always. We love you much. And
Thank you.
For everyone out there listening, have a blessed day. Tell somebody you love them. Safe Diversity love you. Embracing Diversity love you. Radio Dabang 99.5 love you.